Much better.
Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you how to tune a guitar. So, the first thing you need to know before you tune is you need to know what each string sounds like and what you're supposed to tune them to. So, I'll do that for you right now. The sixth string, the very top string, is an E, and it sounds like this. The fifth string, the one below it, is an A, and it's supposed to sound like this. The fourth string, which is the one below that, is a D, and it sounds like this. Third string is a G, and it sounds like this. Second string is a B, and it sounds like this. And the first string, which is the last string, farthest string down, is also an E. So that is what is called standard tuning. So that's what the strings are supposed to sound like, and most people would use a tuner, or they'd use an app on their phone to tune their guitar, but quite frankly, it's pretty boring. I'm going to show you how to tune by ear, and the first step to doing that is you need to know the notes on the fretboard. But I'm going to teach you something that I learned only a few weeks ago that I didn't even know. I was just fiddling around and I figured this out. So, basically, I'm going to say a statement that makes no sense, but I'll explain it, alright? Every note is in order. I'll demonstrate that for you. That was every note. I believe it was every note from an E to an E a few times. So, let me walk you through it. So, it's a simple pattern. It goes open, first, second, third, fourth. And then you repeat the pattern, well, until you get to the end. I'll explain that. But, basically, every note that I just played was in order. That means it's half step over the other one. If you play piano, you know what I'm talking about. But if you do not know what I'm talking about, I'll explain to you. So, the open sixth string is an E. So, that means, so the first fret is going to be an F. Because it's half a step above. The fret next to that is another half step above, and it's going to be an F sharp. Same thing, we're going to go to a G. Same thing again, we're going to go to a G sharp. Then we're going to get to the fifth fret, which is an A. Because it's an A, instead of playing this, we can just play an open fifth string, which is also an A. Alright, and now we just repeat that pattern. So I'm just going to go down the fretboard, and I'll show you every note and explain it to you. So, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B. Now there is no B sharp, so it just goes right to a C. It's the same with E and F. There's no E sharp, it's just E to an F, and there's no B sharp, it's just B to a C. So, C, C sharp, D, which is an open fourth, D sharp, E, F again, E and F again, F sharp again, then an open third string is a G, first fret is a G sharp, A sharp. Now we're not going to the fourth fret on this one. We're just going to go right to the open B string, because the 4th fret on the G string is a B. Listen to the similarity. 4th fret on the G, open B. They sound the same, right? So instead of going to the 4th fret on the G, we're just going to go right to the B string. B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, and now we're back to E. And then we're at F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. You don't need to worry about sliding up the fretboard. All you need to know is that every note is in order. You didn't need to go up the E string like I did there, but the 12th fret is also an E, and the open is an E. So that means every single note is crammed between these 12 frets. But now that I showed you that, and if you don't get it, there really is no better way to explain it, but you can rewind the video and try and understand it if you can. But now, here is how to tune a guitar by ear. So let's say we take a random string, like the G string. Alright, and now, using the tuning pegs at the end of the guitar, this one is for G. So I'm just going to twist that this way, and now it's out of tune. And it sounds like this. If you remember from the start, I played all of them for you. Now this is what it sounds like. As you clearly noticed, G isn't sounding too good. But what we can do is, because now that I taught you that, you can go on the D string and you can play the 5th fret of the D string, because that is the same note as G, as the G string. So this is what it's supposed to sound like, and this is what our current G string sounds like. So what you can do is now you can play both of them at the same time, and you can adjust the tuning peg to sound like this note. So it sounds a little lower, right? I think you would agree. It sounds a little lower. So as a baseline, what we're going to do is we're just going to tune it up a little bit. So now let's listen to what it sounds like. Alright, it still sounds a little low. So we're going to do the same thing again. And now let's listen to it. And now they sound the same, which means that you properly tune your string. Now let's listen to it again. Alright, now it's easier to tune the middle strings than it is the end strings, but the end strings are the same note. So say for instance, our top E string goes out of tune. Our top E string peg is right here, so I'm just going to tune that down, and now it sounds like this. It sounds very low. However, the open sixth string is the exact same note. So what we can do is we can just play both of them at the same time with our fingers, and we can tune up to adjust. And because our fingers are not on the fret, we don't have to move the whole guitar. What we can do is we can just put our hand on the peg and then play both of them at the same time until they sound the same. So I'm going to tune that right now. Now I'm going to go in reverse order to see if it sounds right, because if you go from the top, you won't remember the sound. So we're going to go from the bottom up. And we're all in tune. Okay, well, that was really it for tuning a guitar. However, don't fear. I also brought a ukulele. I'm not going to spend long on this segment because I just spent the last 10 minutes pretty much telling you how to tune a guitar, and the ukulele is a very similar way, but slightly different. So of course, you have your basic strings, the G, C, E, and A. And it's basically the path to tuning is like very, very similar, but slightly different because the notes are different, and also because they're not sliding on all 4 frets. Well, I'll explain that. But basically, it's basically every note on the ukulele sounds like this. That again was every note on a ukulele. Now I'll slow it to explain to you. So we have the open G, G sharp, A, B, no, A sharp, B, then we go right to the C bass note, C sharp, D, D sharp. We don't go to the 4th fret because the 4th fret is an E and our next string is an E. So we have E, E sharp, F, wait no, E just to F, F sharp, G, G sharp, to our last string, the A. And it's the same with guitar where when you slide to the 12th fret, it's also an A. And that's similar to ukulele. I'll knock one out of tune, so we'll knock the E string out of tune, because why not? E string is right here. Only slightly out of tune, because I don't want to spend too long. So, we play the C note. We go to the 4th fret, because that's an E. Sounds a bit low, so let's bring it up a little. Could be a little higher. And now, you're back in tune. And so, that's basically all I have. If you're confused on anything, rewind it and try and understand it, because explaining how to do this is pretty difficult, because, you know, the only thing I know how to say is every note is in order, yada yada yada, you get it. Okay, well, anyway, I hope this video finds you success in tuning your guitar or your ukulele, and see ya.